Welcome back to more Lord of the Rings Online. In the last episode, I started helping out some of these fine glass blowers here that have been running into some problems. It looks like there's a giant conspiracy in which some ruffians have been buying up all of their land. We'll see if we can get to the bottom of it, though. There's a lot of quests here to do, so let's start speaking with them.
Might I have a word with you?
What those goblins want with the spider's innards is a puzzle, to be sure. But there's one thing I do know for certain. They are up to no good. Maybe if you kill off the spiders, the goblins will go away? There's more than anyone can handle out east of here. The North Moors are crawling with them. It certainly won't make any of us sorry to see those beasts dead. You just be careful, though.
Please, stay a moment.
If my last task was not too taxing, I am in great need of some assistance from a fellow lover of the written word. I would hope that a warden of your reputation would be interested in assisting me. Not long ago, I seem to have misplaced a very important leaf of my paper while I was walking with my notes. This paper contains the beginning lines of a story I planned on writing for my children that I have been conjuring in my head for some time now. Now that most of the town has been sold off, I have not been able to search for my paper. The last time I tried to have a look around, I was chased off by a group of ruffians. I would rewrite it, but I cannot seem to recall the exact wording. If you could find it, I would be deeply in your debt. I think I dropped it somewhere in town.
Might I speak with you a moment?
Never in all my days have I heard of decent folk getting attacked in the Shire. Even if this is the North Farthing, folk should still be decent and civil, though I wouldn't put such treachery past these big men. I've asked Ronald Dwale to draft a formal letter of complaint to the leader of these men, Will Tuffin. He is always in and out of the big hole down in Dwelling Center. I would like you to get the letter from Dwale and take it to Will Tuffin straight away. Just go down to the big hole down yonder and ring the bell until Will comes out. Make sure you are careful. I don't trust these big folk. Take care that you don't let them bully you around this time.
Stay and have some tea.
We use many materials to make different shades of glass. One of the colors I'm tasked with is red. It is not an overly difficult color to make, but it does require a fair amount of supplies in order to bring out a bright crimson. Salamander scales are the best material I've found around here for producing red glass. Unfortunately, our stores are low, so we cannot make any more red or orange. Sorry about that editing there, but my computer for some reason keeps jumping to the desktop every once in a while nowadays. I don't know why. You can find sand-swept scales on the salamanders within the southern dunes of Barendelf, to the north and east of here. If you could collect me a bunch, I would be grateful.
Good day. How may I help you?
I did not mean to click her, I meant to click him.
Might I have a word with you?
We use the salamander scales as a material to grind down and make glass, and for that, they are important to us. But since Dwelling has been filled with the big folk, we haven't been focused on gathering materials as we were before. This has caused the salamanders to run rampant. They are beginning to number an amount that we cannot control, and I fear any hobbit who ventures into the dunes may fall victim to one of them. While you are out there, defeat some of them and gather up their teeth. We may be able to find a way to make some clothing that can resist the cutting more. Be careful, given the salamanders can be vicious if you are not prepared.
Just a moment.
No, did not mean to click you.
Stay and have
We
some
use many
tea.
materials to make the different shades of glass. My favorite color to make is blue. It is a hard and tricky color, particularly when you want to make a glass which looks like a flowing river. I've only found one thing that can make it look how I like, and that is river stones the goblins have taken from the Brandywine. Simple. Simple, you say, but not so. I tried to gather them myself, but the color didn't come out the same. Something the goblins must do changes the stone somehow. If you can go to Bleakleaf Crest and collect several of the stones from the goblins for me, I would be grateful. I could make the most beautiful tea set you have ever seen.
Could I take a moment?
The
of
most
your
challenging
time?
part of making glass is getting it to sparkle just so. You don't want to do this with all the glass, but most you do. We have found that Limframfin, I cannot say that, Limraff, I'll just call them Limraff, within the dunes carry or have are made of something that we call essence. I don't know exactly what it is, nor how they got it. All I know is that it somehow makes the glass sparkle. And on that, I'm not even really sure how. If you could find some of the limraff among the dunes of Barendelf, just north of here, bring me a bunch of their essences, and I'll be quite appreciative.
Good day. Might I have a word
Glass is
with
a
you?
difficult thing to color. There are lots of materials to gather up to make any individual shade. Green is not all that hard to make, but what we use may surprise you. I know that sand nerbigs look brown and blend in with the dunes. However, if you crack their shells and look at their underside, you might find a color of green as grass itself. You can find the sand nerbig all on the southern dunes of Barendelf, just north of here. Bring me a bunch of their shells, and I can mix up the powders for some green glass. Alright. And then this guy has a quest too.
Might I speak
I
with you
have
a
lived
moment?
here for a great time, Warden, and have studied the behavior of the local creatures. Listen to me, then, when I tell you that the great danger is breeding among the sands of Barendelf. I speak of the nerbig, vile insects that can be found now among the dunes in great numbers. If we do not do something, and quickly, I fear that the nerbig will swarm, and whether they swarm north or south is immaterial, for there are good people in both directions. Travel north of Dwalling into the sands of Barendelf that line the west bank of the Brandywine River and defeat any sand nerbig that you find. And then finally, there is another quest here.
What do you know?
Ah yes, Hob asked me to draw up a letter of complaint after you found out about the business with Perlina Gamgee. Business letters are not my usual fare. I am more used to crafting more fanciful stories and letters, but I dare say I did as fine a job as any could have asked for. Alright. Let me see if I can physically look at this letter. Doesn't look like it, that's okay. Alright, so let's begin doing those quests. Man, that was a lot of reading, a lot of quests there. And what do we have here? I think it's that missing page. Okay, let me actually read it. In a hole in the ground there lived a boar, and the margin behind this line is scrawled in red. No, that's not it. Wait a minute, can I pick up another one? Oh, I picked up two. Huh, I don't know why I picked up two. That doesn't make much sense, but you know what, whatever. And here's the doorbell. Let me serve this contract. A letter from one of those little rats? Be off, this is our land by Sharky's order. That fool Lotho doesn't know what he has gotten himself into. Not going without a fight, eh? Well, that can be fixed up proper. Threw some caltrops at me. I'll take care of him. I'll deal with you fools later. I have work to do here in Dwalling. So of course he runs off like a coward. And that page is back yet again. I don't think I'm going to pick up a third one. I think there's not much point in doing that. So let me just turn in what I have so far.
Hello.
I simply cannot start my book without that page. Have you found it? Ah, yes, I see you have. Many thanks.
Might I have a word with you?
Well, now, you have been helpful, haven't you? If you could, I do have one last task that you can assist me with. Among the hobbits of the Shire, a love of languages and written works is quite uncommon. A few of my fellow colleagues and I have formed a small informal gathering of sorts for those of us who revel in such arts as the writing and listening of fictional stories. You mean a book club? We usually meet in the evenings down at the Bird and Inn. At the Bird, that is the Bird and Baby Inn in Mickledelving. With the return of my lost paper, I really should get started on my new book, but I haven't an inkling how I should reach my friends in time to tell them of my absence. If you would, go quickly and visit Jack Lewis down at the Bird and Baby before the meeting starts and let him know that I will not be making it tonight. Man, that's a bit of a pain. I gotta go all the way to the Bird and Baby.
Well, The gall of some folk.
What's that now? Shut the door in your face? Well, if that isn't the rudest thing I've heard all day. Bob Greeneves has a spare key to the Big Hole. It's a public building, and even if they own the whole town, they haven't the right to close up a public hole. You march right in there and make sure that he reads every word of that letter. Talk to Bob Greeneves here when you are ready, and go down to the Big Hole. Alright, hold on, let me... Are you ready for me to let you into that big hole? You be careful. Who knows what those big folk will do once you're inside. So it's going to be an instance, it looks like. Let's go.
An attempt to lodge a formal complaint on behalf of the glassblower Hob Hillbrow led to a violent encounter with the chief's men. The time has come to put the ruffians in their place.
Alright, let's see what's going on in this hole. There's a lot of them. There's Will Tuffin again. Back again with your letter. Looks like I will have to add trespassing to your list of offenses. There are new rules here in Dwelling, my lads. Will make sure you don't cause any more trouble. Alright, kill all of them readily and quickly. And let me venture deeper into the hole here. There's a ton of rats. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's just blast all these guys here. And let me kill them off. Alright. The chief will hear about this. Why, you're pissed that I killed all the rats? Why would you be mad about that? There we go. Looks like we got another companion here, Chief Wolfkeeper. So we'll go ahead and kill her as well. Why not? And let me finish off the wolf here. Alright. More enemies. Get them, lads. Let me do a piercing strike on this bad boy. There we go. I'll deal with you myself. That may not be the best idea, sir. Now that's done it, we will see what we must deal with them. Wait, hold on. Now you've done it, we will see what the chief has to say about this. The trespassers are here, chief. You must deal with them. Fool, you have ruined Sharku's plans, and Sharku does not accept failure. So he killed him. Dang. Now we will deal with you. Men, attack. They're gonna come one at a time. Looks like we got a half-orc chieftain here. From the looks of it. Let me go ahead and just blast some of these guys. I will deal with you myself. Wow, he's pissed. Throwing down the caltrops. Alright, the complaint has been resolved. It certainly has. Looks like there are half-orcs here in Dwelling. So let me head out of here. Alright. So their leader wouldn't take the letter. I can't say I didn't expect trouble from these ruffians. I am going to have another formal complaint written to this investor and tell him just what I think about the character of these men that he has let into the Shire. You mentioned something about a goblin-faced fellow and someone named Sharky? I'm sure you must be mistaken. There haven't been naught like them in the Shire since the Bull Roarer's time, and I have never heard of anyone with such a name as Sharky. But what with all the excitement, I am sure you can't be blamed for your mistake. Alright, and what have we got here? Got a title. Servant of the Process, okay.
Might I have a word with you?
You have done so much to help us, and for that I am grateful. I feel it will be a long time before Dwelling feels the rolling hills of the green fields, but we will continue to do our best. One thing that does concern me is the big folk to the north. Not the ones in the town, but the ones beyond that live by the big lake. They were friendly to us. They used to come down and trade pipeweed and glass. Once or twice I ventured up to see them. They used to make a big camp at the bridge that crosses the river, where a giant man of stone watches all the boats that pass. Would you venture up there and see if they are well? Alright. So, you know what I can do here? Let me set my milestone here. And then I can go to Mickle Delving to finish that quest real quick. And then simply teleport back with that much ease. So let me return to the Shire. It's going to be at the Bird and Baby Inn. Alright. North it is. It's always nice to come back to the Bird and Baby. And let's see what we're dealing with here. There's this little book club. Why, hello there.
What do you need?
You have a message from Ronald? That is a shame. I was hoping Ronald had finished his discourse on my book. The Place of the Boar. Did you hear that, Owen? Ronald isn't making the meeting today. Oh, that is too bad. I was going to read from the Silvered Horn tonight. Pity he won't hear it. Well, you have our thanks for coming all the way this way to tell us about his absence. I hope this book is as good as he claims. It is not like Ronald to miss our meetings. I trust that he is working hard on his story and is not caught up in any silly games. Alright, so that is that. Let me return to Evendim. A quick return there. Alright. You were able to make it before the meeting started? Wonderful, I already have the first chapter started. Old Lewis down. Thought I would be playing games instead of working? I dare say he knows I would never think of getting involved in something so silly. Alright, so that's done. Let me head into Barendelf and kill all the critters that need to be killed. I need to collect a lot of things here. Oh, I didn't see this stable here. I'm glad I ran into it.
Hello there.
There we go. Certainly important to unlock all of the stable locations. Make traveling a lot easier. So basically I have to kill salamanders, nerbigs, all sorts of stuff. So here's a couple salamanders. Let me see if I can grab them. There we go. And there is a salamander slayer deed here, which is alright. I'll deal with that eventually. Go ahead and ambush this bad boy. He'll probably bleed out there, looks like. Perfect. Now, unfortunately, these salamanders are a little bit scattered. There we go. Try to lure a couple with some spears, that way I can AoE them down. There we go. Nice. Let me ambush this guy. And he's dead. Let me kill him. Nice. And let's see what I have here. Got that deed bestowed. Let's see if I can kill a couple more of these. There's that. And then there's these guys that I gotta kill as well, the Limrafts. Alright, so he's dead. Let me do a precise blow on this guy. Lots of killing left to do. My ambush is not ready, so I'll just charge in here. I'll try to grab a couple of these and AoE them down, hopefully. Ah, he wasn't close enough for my AoE. Dang it. It's alright. I wasn't looking. Still need to kill 3 of these. Let's do an ambush. Or not. Grab a few salamanders. There we go. And I need 2 more of those. And I see them both straight ahead. Do a nice ambush here. Kill this one as well. Perfect. So now I do need to kill huge sand Nurbigs, wherever they are. Let me open up my quest here and get rid of a couple things. Like the ones that I've already completed. And then I want to add a couple of these to the tracker as well. There we go. Get on my horse and travel a little bit. I need to find the huge sand ones. I'm not sure where I'll be able to locate them. Maybe a little bit deeper into the north here of the beach. I don't know, I'm not seeing much. It looks like there is another quest area that overlaps up here, so let me come up north and see what's going on. A little bit of lag there. Alright, so we got a Limraff here. Finally. Do need to kill like 8 of these, I think. And there is a deed. Probably the most annoying deed here in Evendim is the Limraff Slayer. There's a giant one. So, no, don't go down there. No. No, that's alright. Come on out, buddy. Come on out. There we go. Need one more of those. Let me kind of come out this way. Keep my eyes peeled for anything. Certainly not seeing much. There are some limb rafts around though. All right. I am looking pretty hard here. I guess I should probably go back down to the beach where the huge Nurbigs are. That way I can look for them as well. I'll tell you what, I'll put this as my quest tracker. Hopefully I'll come up to one. Is that one? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Let's blow him up. Knock him down with an ambush, that way he doesn't burrow down this time. Perfect. And let me remove the focus. There we go. So I do need a few more limb rafts wherever I can find them. Theoretically, they should be all around here, but they're pretty uncommon. As you can see, giant pain in the ass to do this deed. Actually, I take that back. There's an instance later on, which I'll show you towards the end of the season, which has a bunch of those, so you can just repeat that instance over and over again. You should be able to do the limb raft slayer deed quite easily. Alright, there's a couple of them. 3, nice. Right, get all these bad boys. Perfect. Now you one more. I'm gonna start heading south while I look for this last one. That way I'm heading towards where I need to go to turn in all the quests. Alright, so here's the last one. What am I doing? What is going on? I don't know what happened there, but I got everything I need. I do need to collect some river stones and then defeat some spiders as well. So let me head into the woods. Let me go around this big cliff here. So these woods should be teeming with spiders, as we can see here. But it's been quite a while since I started recording this episode. We're right at that 30-minute mark. So we're going to leave this for the next episode. So hope you guys are enjoying Evendom. Be sure to leave a like on the video and join the fellowship by hitting the subscribe button. I'll see you on the next episode.